Basically, you should be excited because this is the start of what's about to be the greatest video show in the world. It's the Shanghai show. It's a show about the hippest city in the world, and it's hosted by two of the hippest people, I think, in the world. Across from me is model turned fashion designer turned entrepreneur. It's Vivian Shin. Vivian, how are you?
Great.
Nervous?
No.
You should be, because we're on the cusp of something huge here. This is going to be like worldwide. Your life changes after this, I promise you.
Okay, I'm going to nervous now.
Yes, well, you should. My name is Eric. What do I do? I produce stuff here in this town, and that's what this show is basically about. It's all about Shanghai. Previously, we had a show called The Saturday Show, which was a little bit about China, but it ended up being a little bit about everything. This show is specifically designated to Shanghai. You yourself are Shanghaiese. I myself am not. So you might be a better insight if you give us. I mean, what have you seen changing in the past? I mean, this is obviously the blue listed city. This is the city everybody's looking towards for music, for fashion, for culture, for everything. Yeah. How have you seen it change? I guess in the past maybe 6, 7, 8 years.
Wow, it's been traumatic. For me personally, I see the big difference is there's more and more people coming with different kind of age, different kind of background, but somehow, whatever, they always find a way to love Shanghai. That is Shanghai about.
Right. And you yourself, I mean, a designer, why have you chosen to stay in Shanghai? I mean, is it definitely a platform for artistic people and creative people?
Well, Shanghai for me was everything. You can find the Western, you can find the Asian things, and it's global, but meanwhile it's very traditional Asian things. Like you can find all kind of thing you need. So for a designer, I always have some special feeling when I just cross around. This is the great things about Shanghai.
Let's go straight from the good things about Shanghai, which is the platform creative people, to one of the places that I can't stand, but you will be here within your first 2 or 3 days. I'm talking about the Bund. Touristy trap, a lot of people, as you can see, incredibly crowded. I don't know. You're going to take a picture. We realize this, like these people are in the video, but I don't know. Don't like it.
Oh, I disagree with you. This is Shanghai. This is the real Shanghai people around, and this is the way they carry on their life every day.
Yeah, I mean, but these people are tourists. You know, look at the umbrellas and stuff. If you want to see Shanghai life, wouldn't you go like on the back streets of some sort?
No, but look at all this building around. This is so attractive and so charming. Things they have been there for years. It
is. I mean, as far as architecturally, goes, it's got that very French kind of look to it.
Yeah, but it has been there for history already. That's why it makes sense. People want to go there because this is the real Shanghai. It's not just man-made.
That's true. But you be ready for, I think we can both agree, be ready for a lot of tourists.
Yes.
When you go there, perhaps go on a weekday. Do not go on the weekend. That should be like a reoccurring theme. Do not go to this place on the weekend. Bit of history about it. I mean, this used to be like, the Bund used to be where all the banks were.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like a financial mecca of Asia. Very cool architecture, as we said. If you want to go to the Bund at night, beautiful pictures. I mean, when I shot this, it was during the day, obviously a lot of people, but you can get some beautiful shots at night.
Yeah.
Even if you go up to a bar like New Heights, you can get a really, really kind of cool view of the Bund. So if you have to go to the Bund, and you probably do if you come to Shanghai, best to view it at night from afar. Is that safe to say, or would you suggest during the day?
Oh, I think it's totally different kind of feelings.
Right.
But I agree with you in the night and give more character and more special things.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you should mention the word character, because there is a character in my life, and this character is my ai, which in Chinese means aunt, but in the big scheme of things, it's kind of my help, or you can say my maid. I don't like using that word. Since I have arrived in Shanghai, she is just appalled at the fact that I would call Papa John's and order, a pizza for dinner. You know this about Shanghainese people, Chinese people in general. You eat well, but you eat locally. I mean, is that safe to say?
Yeah. And that's in Shanghai especially, because you can easily buy fresh fruit or fresh veggie, everything in the local market, and doesn't cost that much, but
Right.
you can turn into a great, delicious dinner or meal.
Well, and as I said, over the coming months, we're gonna introduce you to Shanghainese food, which is characteristically very, very sweet. I think in comparison to a lot of the other
Yes,
areas.
I agree.
But the first thing that you have to try here is xiaolongbao.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And there's nobody better to introduce it to. There's nobody. But I get nervous because we're on film. There's nobody better to introduce it to you than my ayi.
上海的小笼包子呢，是很有名、很著名的。上海人都喜欢到这里来吃小笼包子。小笼包子的味道呢，又鲜又香又好吃。吃的时候呢，要先咬一口小的，然后吃它里面的腥味道。我们呢就可以吃包的时候呢，先要放新鲜的鲜肉，还有葱、姜、味精、盐，还要放热皮。热皮呢先煮好了以后，把腰子先摇好了以后放在肉里面一起摇好了以后再包。包的时候呢用皮和清锅，吃起来很香很甜的。我们就这样小口这样吃，先用筷子剪一点，摇一口，这样一口，然后说里面的汤的味道，再来用醋蘸着吃，我们就这样大口大口的吃的。要吃它的里面的，要吃它里面汤。就这样子。就这样吃，吃的时候呢又香又甜，我们上海人都很喜欢吃。
The girl loves to eat. I tell you what, my IE loves to eat. She loves to feed people. And I'd like to point out that she was so nervous for that first recording. She dressed up like in her little flower shirt and stuff, bless her. So I'm going to make her a cult icon. That's IE. And we're going to go around town in the next few shows and check out some more Shanghainese food. Now, should you ever run into Vivian or IE or anybody who's a Shanghai local, like we mentioned at the first of the show, you're not going to speak Mandarin. I mean, you can, and they'll be appreciative. But if you want to make friends.
Well, if you speak Shanghainese just a little bit, and people will really show you a big smile.
Right. So why don't we start with the basics, and like by the 8th month of this show, we're going to have like really in-depth conversations and subplots and whatever. The very, very basic. How would you say in Chinese and Mandarin? It's ni hao, which is hello.
Yeah.
But in Shanghainese, how would you say it?
In Shanghainese, you say no hao.
No hao.
No hao.
Okay.
Yes, perfect.
Again, the similar words, just the Shanghainese take on it. Instead of ni, it's
no,
and instead of hao, it's
hao.
So no hao.
No hao.
No hao. Okay,
Yes.
so there it is, your first lesson in Shanghainese 101, and we're going to keep this again. This is it's a free video show, free language lesson until we can figure out how to make people pay for it. So Shanghainese definitely something to speak as soon as you get off the plane to make some people laugh. Now, if you think that's cool, speaking Shanghainese, I got to be honest with you, Vivian. There is nothing cooler than my Teal Terror.
Oh.
My little scooter of 3 years. This thing and I have been through apartment after apartment after girlfriend after girlfriend after, only 2 wrecks, none of which my fault, as they ever are. But if you do move here, you got to get a bike or you got to get a little moped. It only costs like $200 US.
Yeah.
And so what we did is we strapped a camera on, and we're going to start taking you around some scenic spots, some little back street alleys in what we call, fittingly, Teal Terror, but you have to say it scary. Tell me that isn't badass. I mean, come on. Does that make me cool as a foreigner to have a teal-colored scooter? Yeah?
Definitely.
Okay. Now, this street I showed some other people this street. They actually didn't know it. You immediately picked it up. So this is right by the Bund.
By the Bund and all Shanghai provinces. Yeah.
Is this kind of like, I know if you go to Beijing, you're going to see like the Hutong. So this would be the equivalent, like we said earlier. I cannot stress enough how much fun and how much of Shanghai you actually see when you're like on a moped. As you can see, there's no red light, so I can't fault them for that. And the funniest part of this is the camera angle makes it look like things are a lot more narrow, right? So it looks like I'm escaping death like 3 or 4 times. Little Nan on her 3-wheeled bike there. I don't know, what else do you see, Vivian? Anything that like stands out worth pointing out besides me hitting all the potholes? Sorry about that.
No, for me, this is real Shanghai, and I bet for foreigners, there's a lot of curious things, strange things you can see. You see the guys wearing pajamas.
Pajamas are a big thing here.
Yeah, people everywhere, and anytime they feel comfortable just wearing pajamas.
What is this guy? Sorry to interrupt. This guy here, he's ringing a bell. Is he collecting? Is he selling the stuff in the back?
Yes, he collects the trash.
So comes by, picks up your trash, and then uses it to recycle. See, innovative as well. Good food, innovative. What else we got? I love these old neighborhoods. I can't tell you how much. I just wandering around the back streets. It's very close to the
And you
bun.
see the so small, narrow road, and you have the big car. Oh, see the flower guy.
What is that for? Is that like for a wedding, restaurant opening? Or?
No. This is just selling for the people living around locally.
Okay.
They don't have big money and all the time just go out, so they can buy any time.
And this street, which is what's funny, you can walk down Huahailu and find less than you get. This street would have everything.
Everything.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, you're right. You can really have everything there, from the food, from the thing you use.
It's going really, really fast, but I mean, I just saw a place where you get your shoes mended. There was a place to get cured meat. Bicycle shops everywhere. Bicycle repair shops, as you can see from the holes I continuously get. And this is what I love. Just, picking up the little kids from school.
Yeah.
This is really, I cannot stress it.
Ooh.
See, I love the camera angle. That actually wasn't that bad, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But, I mean, again, cannot stress it enough. We're going to keep showing you more and more of these streets. And hopefully when you come to Shanghai, you'll get off the bun and go to a back street and, see the real
Shanghai.
And plus, you look really, really, really cool.
I agree.
So there it is, Vivian, our first show. Bit nerve-wracking. Come on, we've got microphones, we've got people walking around outside, we've got a huge camera in our face right now, and if we mess up, everybody gets to tell because we can't edit, all of the video and all the audio. But it's fun. It's Shanghai. It's cool. It's an in-depth look at a place that you should come visit. I mean, I'm sure there's 100 other things you'd like to discuss in this show as opposed to the obvious. So hopefully we'll get you back if you're not too busy being famous Shanghai fashion designer. Viva Designs, by the way. If I'm going to call you in here for free, I can at least promote your line, and hopefully see you back next week. We've got more to talk about. We've got Tongsu Pai Chao.
Oh yeah.
We've got a look at Tai Kung Lu, which is where I live. Your studio is as well. So some kind of some hidden gems. More. There's so much to talk about. So we're going to come back next week. We're going to do it. Viv, thanks.
My pleasure. See you.
再会。
再会。